Welcome to episode 210 of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. I'm your host and fellow student, Michelle Nelson, and together we'll learn the basics of home design and construction and demystify the building process so we can decrease our levels of stress and build quality dream homes with or without a general contractor. In the last episode, we started discussing how to compromise with our partners when designing and building a house. This week, we'll complete our list of tips that will help us come through the home building process with a home and a relationship that both partners are happy with. Now remember, not every suggestion will work in every single situation, but you should be able to find at least one or two tips on the list that will help you come to a compromise for almost every disagreement. As a reminder, here are the first 7 tips on our list. Number 1, don't take your partner's difference of opinion as a personal attack. Number 2, follow the 80-20 rule. Number 3, think of the problem as your adversary, not your partner. Number 4, pick your battles. Number 5, be careful when compromising about budget. Number 6, make a list and check it twice. And number 7, allow for 3 to 5 vetoes each. Before moving on to the rest of our list, a shout out goes to ARC56LA for our latest Apple Podcasts 5-star rating and review. The review says, in part, "Thank you for all these wonderful episodes that are answering all my questions, and some questions I didn't even know I needed to ask." You're welcome, ARC56LA. Thank you for giving back to the podcast with such a nice review. All right, let's finish up our list of tips on how to more easily compromise with our partners during the home building journey. Number 8, make sure you're sometimes home free. John Wilder, a marriage and relationship coach and a former contractor, suggests that we take breaks from the process and have home-free dates. During those home-free dates, consciously refrain from discussing construction. This prevents the project from occupying the entirety of the relationship. Talk about and do things that you enjoyed before construction, or try a new activity or restaurant. That will keep the relationship fresh and grounded in something other than the stressful construction process. These home-free dates should help you remember how much you love each other and enjoy each other, and that will make you more likely to want to make your partner happy by compromising. Number 9, look for an acceptable third option. If you can't agree upon the first choice options, look for or create a new third option that both you and your partner like. Maybe you can find something that you can agree upon that is completely different than what you originally wanted. Or maybe you can find something that's a blend of both your styles. For example, think about choosing the shape of a sofa that your partner loves and then covering it with a fabric that you're drawn to. Blend your favorite styles and color palettes to come up with an acceptable third option. To help you find your third options, compare your wish list items and try to find items that work together. Another option is to utilize the phrase, "If you pick this, can I choose that?" Let your partner select the rug, and then you choose the coordinating duvet cover. Or you might say, "If you get to choose the item, can I choose the style?" Say your partner is adamant about a ceiling fan in the bedroom, like my husband is. I don't particularly want a ceiling fan in the bedroom, but it's important to him. And since he really wants one, I get to choose the style and color of the fan. Number 10, give your partner free reign of one entire room. If the tastes of you and your partner are on opposite ends of the spectrum and compromise is very difficult, allow your partner to have free reign to decorate at least one room or space in the house exactly to their personal taste. Sometimes giving your partner complete design control over just one space is all they want, and if they can decorate that one room, they're happy to let you decorate the rest of the house. That personally designed free reign space could be any room or space in the house, but it should obviously be a space where your partner will be spending time. Maybe it's a home office, the pantry, basement, home gym, man cave, or she shed. Number 11, be careful of sweeping generalizations. You and your partner should be careful when making sweeping statements that make compromising impossible. Statements like, I don't like color. I hate neutrals. I don't want any window treatments. I only like traditional furniture. In most cases, if you're exposed to enough variation of a particular color, feature, or style, you'll find some variation that's acceptable. If your partner really wants to include color in the house, but you think you don't like color, look at as many color variations as you can to try to find a color that you can live with. It may not be the bright, vibrant blue that's your partner's first choice, but maybe you can find a softer, more grayish blue that's acceptable to both of you. Be open to new ideas and varieties of things that you have historically not liked. And look at features with new eyes. We evolve as we get older and experience new things. And just because you've always preferred traditional furniture in the past doesn't mean you won't like more contemporary or transitional furniture now. Speaking of transitional, number 12, consider transitional style. Transitional style is a blend of traditional and contemporary styles. It's not too cold, not too formal, and not too fussy. It blends the comfort and warmth of traditional design with the clean lines and sophisticated color of a contemporary look. Traditional furniture pieces can feel more contemporary when using subtle patterns and neutral colors. Transitional style is about meeting in the middle, so people on both ends of the spectrum are happy. Number 13, let opposites attract. If meeting in the middle with transitional style isn't working for you and your partner, perhaps allowing your opposite styles to exist side by side is a better solution. Avoid tension in your relationship by putting tension in your design. Tension is a word that designers use to denote contrast or juxtaposing styles. For example, putting contemporary furniture in a very traditional Victorian house, or mixing traditional and contemporary furniture in the same room. Contrast, as I've told you in other interior design episodes, adds interest to spaces. And so your juxtaposing styles don't look like a haphazard hodgepodge. You can coordinate the contrasting styles by allowing the pieces to share a unifying color palette and repetitive shapes and materials. Number 14, agree to a trial run. If you and your partner are afraid to agree to a design feature because of the fear of living with and hating it forever, consider a trial run. Agree to live with the feature for a few months to a year to see if it grows on you or your partner over time. If after the agreed-upon trial period, you or your significant other are still not comfortable with the feature, a change can be made. Now, obviously, this trial run compromise works best with easily changeable features like paint, accessories, artwork, drapes, less expensive rugs, bedding, and cabinet hardware. These trial runs won't work well with more permanent, built-in or architectural features, or larger expensive items like moldings, windows, flooring, and sofas. Number 15, narrow down the options. Sometimes the challenge of compromising is intensified by too many options. For items you're having trouble agreeing upon, both you and your partner can each choose your top 3 options and share those choices with each other to see if one of the choices is acceptable to both of you. If you can't find an option that's acceptable to you both after looking at the top 3 choices, select 3 more options until you can settle on an option that you're both happy with. Number 16, play to your strengths. If your partner is better and more interested in researching and picking out electronics and appliances, then let them do it. If you're better at choosing color palettes and lighting fixtures, you do that. Divide and conquer. Spend your time and effort doing what's easiest and most enjoyable to you, and let your partner make choices about things that they're most interested in. If your partner has no interest in choosing anything for their home, this could be either a blessing or a curse. It's a blessing if you enjoy doing research and you like the design process and don't feel overwhelmed by making selections. But it's definitely a curse if you don't want to do everything and you want your partner's help. If you want your partner's help, tell them in a respectful way. Let them know that you need their help because you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. Then ask them what tasks they would like to do, what items they would like to choose, or what rooms they would like to decorate. Make suggestions if necessary. But again, come from a place of, I value your opinion and I really need you right now. And number 17, seek an objective third opinion. If you tried all these tips and you're still having trouble compromising on design, ask the opinion of an objective friend or family member whose style you both admire, or hire an interior designer. An experienced designer or objective third party can often help pinpoint a look that will appeal to both of you. Remember, stuff is not as important as your partner or their feelings. Whenever necessary, be ready to use the phrase, I don't want to fight about this. How can we fix it? Both parties should have some of their wants and needs met so that the end result feels like a win for both of you. The house should pay partial tribute to each of your preferences. Inflexibility not only brings aches and pains to your body, but a rigid, inflexible attitude can also cause pain in your relationship. You shouldn't get all the wins when making design choices for your house, and neither should your partner. When you compromise throughout the home building and decorating process, the completed house will be a mix of your styles and tastes, and will be a win for the relationship. Well, that's all I have for you this week. I hope you learned as much as I did. And I hope you'll join me again next time for another episode of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. Please remember that the purpose of this podcast is simply to educate and inform. It's not a substitute for professional advice. The information that you hear is based only on the opinions, research, and experiences of my guests and myself. That information might be incomplete, it's subject to change, and it may not apply to your project. In addition, building codes and requirements vary from region to region, so always consult a professional about specific recommendations for your home.